I auditioned for the Odyssey. I auditioned, um, they gave me dummy sides.
Right,
So
of
it had
course.
nothing to do with the script. And then I found out that Chris wanted to meet me. And I remember, driving over to Universal and being so nervous that I wanted to throw up. And I tried to tell myself, what a privilege it is to even feel this,
Yeah.
this, like, you're so nervous, you want to be sick. And then I went in there and did the audition, and then I got the job. And then I found out that, and I had to accept the job before I could even read the script and find
Wow.
out what the role was. So that was a new process. So I said, yeah, I'm in. And then after that, and then they gave me the script. And I
Is
auditioned for Star Wars.
Well, before we get to that, I'm curious just a little bit on that. I also spoke to Elliot Page recently about that experience, which, he was so invigorated to get to return to that, have that experience with Chris after all these years, and was just gushing about like the sets and the technology behind how they're able to like, capture audio with IMAX now. Like it's like he's just next level. Um, did anything surprise you about the way that set was run? I mean, was it kind of a relief that like, oh, this is gigantic, but this is still it's still just acting. It's still just a few actors on a set or in a room.
Yeah, yeah. So again, I was talking about working with Guillermo and how overwhelmed I felt, and that was a place that I was at in a particular time for that movie. And it's funny because now, even with Star Wars and working with Nolan, of course, there's that anxiety in those first few days of shooting, but after that, I started to feel, better about the whole experience. But I think that, again, Frankenstein gave me a confidence that I was desperately in need of for a long time. So
Right.
walking on to Nolan, I don't think I could have done Nolan without having that experience with Guillermo first.
That makes sense.
Um,
Yeah.
and so I step onto that set, and yeah, it's completely overwhelming and totally surreal. But after a few days, it does just feel like you're all in it together, and you're making the movie. And yes, it is this huge production, but it did feel very intimate. And I think it's a testament to also how Nolan runs his set, which is
Yeah.
quite a unique process too. No one returns to their trailers. No one ever leaves the set. There's no mobile phones.
Right.
There's no chairs on the set. You can sit out back in the outskirts of the studio, but that's kind of looked down upon. Everyone really is there
They're in it.
together,
Yeah.
in it and it's amazing. And actually, one of the great things about that is the fact that you're not coming in and out like that. You as an actor, you really feel like you own that space, and you're in it the whole time, and it doesn't feel as though um when the camera is on you and when it's your take, or you don't feel like you have to add anything extra. You've been in it the whole time, if that makes sense.
It does.
And that was really
Absolutely.
helpful.